I am recording a day in the life of it's now 4:15, which is a pretty standard time for me to wake up. I never just go and drink coffee straight away, so I drink like probably nearly a litre of water before I have anything else, just to kind of flush out the system and kind of get things moving. I'll take some supplements, get a coffee, and then I will do a bit of journaling. So let's do it together. I just finished writing out my daily vision. The way that I think about the mornings is that it's your time to spend on the most important thing. You are the most productive and the most prone to getting into flow straight after you wake up. Vision is one of the most important things. It's one of the most important things that people just never get right. They never spend the time to do it. And if you don't know where you're going, well, you're never gonna get there. People might be thinking like, well, why the fuck do you write it out every single day or as frequently as I do? And it's because every single time I'm reminded something will stand out to me more than something else. And it'll remind me and anchor me back in a way that is relevant. I mean, the thing that stood out to me this morning was I live without fear or doubt. I write that down all the time. But what if you assume that everything is going to go right? That doesn't mean that you become complacent and just expect that you don't have to do anything and that everything's just going to sort itself out. It's not at all what I'm saying. You know, I am someone who is prone to anxiety, and I'm also someone who's highly ambitious, and these two things really fight against each other. What I have found this year is that statement, I live without fear or doubt, has probably been the most impactful statement this year. You know, if you're looking into the distance and you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know how we're going to make this, it's about understanding that you can and you will. All you need to do is just do the right thing, so that you just work out what the right things are. I highly recommend that you sit down and write out, what does your life look like? Not what do you want, but what does your life look like? Not your current life, your best life. Write it all down in present tense statements. I am, I have, I do. We are at Milk and Mardu in Batubalong. Whenever I have time after the gym, this is where I go for breakfast. I'm a creature of habit, so I know exactly what I want. I can order the same thing every time. Most of the time they already know what I want when I walk in the door, which is, for me, very, very useful.
Same table.
Same meal.
Same team.
It's a Boss omelette, long black, sparkling water, bang. Goose and Gabby go to KL. Okay, so we are packed. Gabby's booked us the finest car to get to the airport. We only travel in luxury.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad. This is actually pretty good. 9:25, so we're a little bit early. Our flight departs at like 12:55. We do like to come to the airport early.
You never know with the traffic around here, that's the issue. So sometimes it can take half an hour to get here from Canggu. Other times it takes 3 hours. So
this time it took about 45 minutes.
It was pretty good today. Welcome aboard.
I get up and I work. I go to the airport and I work. I go on a plane and I work, but I actually really enjoy it. Working on planes is actually some of the most productive that I can be because you don't have all these other distractions. You're able to just like fully get in the zone.
We are in KL now.
Now we're just going to work out how we're going to get to our destination.
I think a car is going to be quickest. Goose thinks we should get a train. Goose has spent a lot of time in Malaysia. I've spent 2 days in Malaysia. So I think I'm the authority.
Yeah, well, let's suss out both options. So I'm actually going to use an app called Rome to Rio to suss it out. So train, 50 minutes, taxi, 43 minutes. Ooh. So slightly faster, slightly faster. Let's just double check this on the map.
He's trying to prove me wrong.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to find the fastest way to get to the hotel. I don't care. I don't care who's right. First thing you do at the airport is always get a SIM card. Sunday, 5:10. My day's going to start pretty much the same. I'm going to spend a bit of time in thinking time this morning. Yesterday, I wrote out my vision. Today, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. I woke up thinking about what are all the current constraints in my life. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a bit of time thinking on that. What are the things that are working for me and what are the things that are not working for me? What's serving me? What's not serving me? If I could change anything, what would I change? Again, as I mentioned yesterday, the morning is the time to work on the most important things, and spending time thinking is really, really important. I already know what my vision is, so I'm very, very clear on that. So then it's like what's holding me back? How could I get there faster? What could I change? So that's what I'm going to spend a little bit of time on right now. The constraints for anyone are going to come down to really two things, primarily. Time and money. You either want more time to be able to spend more time with your family or go on more holidays or do whatever, or take up that passion project or whatever, but you might need more money in order to get the time. But you also might need more time in order to get the money. These things sort of go hand in hand is what I've found. When your business is growing very, very quickly, there's a lot of decisions that need to get made. People decisions, money decisions, strategic decisions. My job as a CEO these days really primarily boils down to a couple of key things. It's people and money. When there's a key position in the business that is not currently filled with someone awesome, I typically need to lean in that direction. So then that takes a lot of my time and focus and energy, as well as still needing to make key strategic decisions and be involved in a lot of conversations. And so what that typically looks like in my week is tons of meetings. Lots of meetings. And I'm not a fan of meetings because I'm an introvert. But at a certain point, you've got to realize that it's not about you. And so when I look at my week and when I look at all the stuff in my week, 90% of it is because I'm trying to show up for other people. And so a lot of my time is dedicated to giving my energy to other people, which means that I end up being depleted quite a lot. But it's also really important to show up as a leader in your business if you want people to care as much as you do, which is hard because at the end of the day, if you're the founder, it's your baby. Nobody is ever going to care as much as you do, but you can get pretty close if you get the right people and you give them the right support, give them the right level of ownership. That was the last 90 minutes. Calendar, financial modeling, scenario planning for a few different potential outcomes of things that we might need to look at over the next few months. We're here in KL right now for this week. The reason we're here is for a conference on international tax and investing, which is pretty exciting. It's called Nomad Capitalist Live. It's the right level of nerdiness for me. International tax and investing sounds pretty fun to me. Thank you.
Morning.
Morning. Bloody Americans saying good morning to everyone. All right, it's Father's Day, so we are going to go and call our dads. To make you happy. That's pretty bloody good. We've now got a bit of a game plan, a very loose game plan. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go and get a blind massage. These massage parlors that are set up for blind people to do massages, which I think it's really awesome because it's a great way to give opportunity to people who've got a disability. So I think it's awesome. Apparently they're really, really good. The only downside is I just asked the guy on the phone, I said, do you use a lot of oil? And he said, yes, and then quickly hung up. And I was and so I was a bit like, okay, I just had a shower. So we're probably gonna go there, get a massage, come back, have a shower, get the oil off, go to Chinatown. But I'm excited to check it out, and I'm excited for you to come along as well. Where are we going? Relax to traditional blind massage. Now, I actually have no idea if this is going to be any good or not, so we will see. But we've only booked for 1 hour, so hopefully we're good. So, how was your massage, Gabby?
I actually had a really good massage. How was yours?
5 out of 10.
5. Funnily enough, it's actually not super walkable here, and if you take the wrong turn, you end up somewhere really, really random. So
we are in Chinatown. We're about to head into Peddling Street, and we're going to find some street food. It has got a sweet peanut sauce, as well as some chili and some flat rice noodles. Not exactly a high protein dish, but I'm sure it's going to be tasty as hell. So let's give it a go. Lemon and honey tea, pretty good, it's not too sweet. Yeah, that's how I schedule my time. Everything from 4 a.m. all the way through to 8 p.m. I've got time blocks for everything, so everything can just get planned ahead. The benefit of that is that I don't need to try and plan my whole week when it gets to a Sunday. Really what I'm looking at on a Sunday is, does my week work? And if not, do I have to change something about it? Tomorrow my meetings are going to start at 7 a.m. It's going to start with the sales huddles. Then I've got basically just meetings all day. I've got a little slice where I can actually eat some lunch whilst I do some work at 11 a.m., which is early. The reality is we have our monthly business review meeting at midday in KL, which is 2 p.m. in Sydney. And so the reason I'm having lunch at 11 is to fit with the meeting schedule of the business, which is really important to kind of think about as well. And, as a business owner, yeah, sure, you can kind of make the business suit you, but also you've got to suit the business. And the business is based in Sydney. So just because I'm traveling doesn't mean that everybody else needs to change their schedule. So I do try and fit in with the business schedule. We do once a month, we do what we call a monthly business review, which is looking at all the month's KPIs. So we have our trimester targets and our trimester goals and objectives. And then every month we look at how are we tracking towards those goals Are we achieving the things we set out to do? Do we need to change anything? The goal is to change the fewest possible things, and in fact, to clarify everyone's thinking, to make sure that we're only doing the things that we all agreed were important to get towards our goals. So what can happen is, in an organization, ideas start creeping in and everyone starts making up more and more shit to do, when the reality is you probably don't need to do it. So the monthly business review is a really great opportunity to go, have we let more ideas come in that we don't need, and can we just park them and get rid of them and wait till the next trimester? We have that as an open meeting, so anyone in the entire company can drop in on that meeting and hear the whole leadership team talk about the numbers, talk about the strategies, all of that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty cool initiative because it's super transparent. Wednesday is a little more open at the moment. Then we've got Nomad Capitalist live for a few days, and then straight back to Bali. Even the following week's fully blocked out. So I plan my weeks typically 7 days ahead, so, or at least 7 days ahead. Often, sometimes it's booked out for weeks and weeks ahead. So. With eating carbs in Asia is to just eat small amounts of lots of things, so you get the taste. You don't sit down for like meals and meals and meals of it. So for breakfast, it's pretty low carb. We don't have any bread or anything like that. Dinner, we'll try and optimize for more protein. So this is like middle of the day, some carbs, but you know, we're not actually eating all that. Ding dong burger stand. So we're gonna head back now. That was a good walking lunch. We tried a lot of different stuff, which was good. Function of the weekends for me is to try and prime myself and prime my mind to be maximally effective during the week. But that also means that you've actually got to switch off a little bit on the weekends. It actually forces you to consciously disconnect, but what happens subconsciously is you're still processing things, and that actually frees up the capacity to think more creatively and solve problems better. So to me, this kind of thing is actually a functional way to be better in business, believe it or not. Psychedelics are actually really, really good for enhancing neuroplasticity, because what they do is they allow the brain to rewire its neural pathways and kind of give it a blank slate. If you don't want to do that, the next best thing is travel. And the reason travel is so good is because it forces you to get out of those ruts and those grooves in your mind. All of the kind of normal habits and routines that you might have all of a sudden don't exist. My nomadic office setup that I can take everywhere, and it's super compact and super lightweight. We are now just about to head out to Pasar Malam, which is the night food market. I need some protein, I need some meat.
Get some chicken.
Yeah, let's get some chicken. Let's get some chicken. Brown liquid. So this is dish number 6.
So we're on 7, and I think we're tapping out.
We are back at the hotel. It's 8 p.m. It is a school night. We're getting ready for an early start tomorrow. Super excited about a big week ahead. And tomorrow you will get to see what it's like going through a work day as well. So, all right guys.
Good night.
Okay, so it is currently just past 5:30 in the morning on the Monday. Now gonna run to the gym. Getting ready to jump into the sales huddle. I haven't had any time to eat, which is a little bit annoying because I've got at least 90 minutes worth of meetings. So I got super hangry, so I frantically called room service to order a 3 egg omelette, but instead I got 3 egg omelettes, which is hilarious, but I'm gonna quickly shovel some food because I've got just a couple of minutes before my next meeting. We just finished our monthly business review with the leadership team, with the executive team. One of the things I loved most about it was the team are really dialed in. One of the things I want to look for in the executive level meetings is there a sense of chaos or a sense of calm? And there was definitely a sense of calm. So now I've got 5 minutes before my next meeting. So I'm literally gonna walk up and down the hallway for 4 minutes just to try and get a few more steps in between meetings. Hey Gabby. Just finished 4 hours and 15 minutes of meetings from 7 a.m. until 11:15. Great meetings. So sales huddle, first huddle of the month. Then I had a meeting with a copywriter who's working on a creative project for me at the moment. Then I met with my chief of staff. I fucking hope so. Is that the answer you want? Confidence? Got one here. Let's go.
You got one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I've got one. So just don't lose me. Better keep up. been the most interesting thing you did today?
I always like the monthly business reviews that we do. I like the team having the chance to reflect, and I like that we open up the doors to the rest of the team.
One of the things about being a nomad is that a lot of your time gets taken up with planning where you're going to be and all of the stuff, you know, all of the things that you take for granted. Where's the gym? How, you know, like, what is your lifestyle going to look like? Planning and booking stuff. You know, to at least some degree, I do wonder, like, how much more free time would I have if I didn't have this lifestyle? I mean, it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot of free time. And so it's a trade-off between the experiences you want to have and the freedom that you want to have on a day-to-day basis. I'm very restless. So for me, you know, it kind of works. I also love planning. So for me, thinking of where we're going next and keeping that momentum actually gives me momentum in life. It stops me stagnating. And so I feel like that momentum carries through into other areas. So for me, I think it's good, but there is a tipping point. We traveled every 2 weeks for about 8 months recently, and that kind of got a bit taxing. So we're trying to slow it down a little bit now. Hey guys, so this is the end of the, not really day in the life, 3 days in the life.
2.5 days.
2.5 days?
I don't know, it's kind of a day.
Today?
Yeah.
Today was a full day.
It was a day.
It was a day.
It's still light outside, that's why I'm thinking it's not a day.
Yeah, but we're having dinner at 6:33 p.m.
It's true.
It's definitely a day.
3 days.
3 days. 3 days in the life. And whilst we don't travel every weekend, this is not a wildly unusual 3 days. Like, it's a pretty common experience for us to have had, so it's pretty cool to kind of document this as well and show people kind of like what life is genuinely like as a kind of nomad entrepreneur. So if you have liked this type of video, if you've liked kind of seeing a bit behind the scenes, then let us know in the comments, because we enjoyed actually making it. It was pretty cool. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, or if you've got any other suggestions of types of content you want to see, you want to know more about, let us know in the comments. And of course, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to get actionable insights and advice in your inbox every single week, then subscribe to the newsletter. There's a link in the description. That's a wrap.
Let's wrap it up.
Till next time, see ya.